Hey, what's happening? I'm outside St James's Park. Quick thought, it's finished at the stadium. Newcastle United 0, Liverpool 1, and I have to say that was a really frustrating game to watch from start to finish. I was quite optimistic at the start of play that we could potentially get something. It was always going to be a big ask, I understand that. We're playing Liverpool, they are chasing down Manchester City for the title, and Liverpool have come up here and they've stuck to the game plan and they've done what they've needed to do, which is to grind out the result and win the game 1-0, which means they go back top of the Premier League for a few hours at least. It's frustrating because, we've only lost by the solid goal, and the goal itself, I will admit, it deserved to stand. The goal which was scored by Naby Keita. We switched off, of course. You'll argue the foul on Fabian Schär when James Milner made the challenge, but looking back at it at half time, it was a good challenge by James Milner, and Fabian Schär, with him leaving his leg out, he has obviously gone down and it's been made to look worse than it looks. But Liverpool, they had to continue the play, and they did that, and we left ourselves too wide open at the back, who were whinging at the referee rather than just focusing on the moment, which was to try and defend the Liverpool counter-attack. And Naby Keita finds himself free in the box, and he puts it past Martin Dubravka. 1-0 Liverpool, and we're already chasing the game. As said, it was a frustrating first half. Liverpool, were clearly the better side. They were the better side all the way through, to be fair. You could tell the difference in quality, and we just couldn't live with them at times. I said Liverpool had chances, to grab a second before half time. We had, the odd chance which was waved away. I felt like Joe Linton was also fouled outside the box. That free kick wasn't given. At times, the referee I thought was poor. I thought the linesman was poor on certain decisions in that first half. It sounded to me like VAR was switched off. Of course, Mike Dean's operating it. So, of course, we were given nothing in that match. Second half, I was hoping for a little bit more from the lads, but it was all Liverpool, truth be told. And they were creating, the better chances. Marnie had a chance to make it 2-0 when it was a good work move, starting off with Marnie and ending with Marnie. He just dragged it wide, and really it should have been 2-0. They brought on Mo Salah, and he was really working hard for Liverpool, trying to get them that second goal. At times we were just living a charmed life. Dubravka pulling off some fantastic saves to keep in the match. We made some changes. Fabian Schär went off with an injury. Jamal Lascelles come on. I was a little bit concerned actually when Shaw came off and Jamal Lascelles come on, because he doesn't really do the defensive work properly. But as I said, we managed to hold out. We also brought some other substitutions on as well to try and get ourselves forward, with the likes of Murphy and Chris Wood. But again, for me, Maxi at times today was very poor in possession of the ball, doing too much with it. In terms of who worked hard for us today, I would say Miguel Almiron. He was running around the pitch, trying to do his best to try and get with forwards, but again, just the final product, the lack of imagination in the final third today. And when you're playing up against a good Liverpool side who don't concede many goals, and you've got a keeper in Alisson who's very comfortable with his feet, when he tries to clear the danger for Liverpool. He didn't really have much to do on the afternoon, if I'm being brutally honest. And as I said, we're roared luck at times, in the game. And as said, the better side won. I'm not going to complain about that. It's just devastating, really, that we've lost to the goal in which we did do in the first half. And as said, we move on now to the Manchester City game at the Etihad. It doesn't get any easier going to the Etihad. But I feel like it's a learning curve today that we have to be more mentally switched on in situations, even if they're not going, in our favour. As said, it wasn't the worst performance I've seen, but I just felt at times we were just a little bit too slow in possession, trying to release the ball a lot quicker. And plenty of food for thought for Eddie Howe, of course. As said, you look at how far we've come as a club. If you're going into this game today under Steve Bruce, we're losing the game 6 or 7-0. But because it's Eddie Howe and he's got with defensively organised, he's brought in some better quality players, we've already come out with a 1-0 defeat, and you have to give the lads credit for that. Of course, we don't like to lose at home. We don't like to lose any game, at all in the Premier League. But as said, we have to just dust ourselves down and go again in the next game. Of course, we've got the points now. We're safe. It's a shame really that our unbeaten run at home has come to an end. But if you're going to do that against the better side, in Liverpool. And as said, the crowd deserve a lot of credit today for trying to get behind the lads, and we cheered them on. But again, it just simply wasn't enough. And if you look at the stats, Liverpool deserved to win the game. So I'm not really complaining about that on that front. But anyway, that's just my quick thoughts of the game. Finished at St James's Park. Newcastle United 0, Liverpool 1. The goal scored by Naby Keita in the first half has settled it for the Reds. They go back to Merseyside, top of the Premier League for a few hours at least, and they move on now to their next game, which I believe is against Tottenham Hotspur in the Premier League. But of course, they've got to play Villarreal. Good luck to them for the rest of the season. And we move on now to Manchester City away at the Etihad Stadium. If you enjoyed or what you heard of this quick thoughts, please hit that like button. Please subscribe to my channel. Put your comments down below what you thought of the match, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care. Have a nice weekend. Away the lads.